Hungary have got off to a solid, if unspectacular start, coming into this game off a draw on day one of the campaign. Not ideal, but far from disastrous, and much now depends on the outcome of this pivotal game. A win would certainly put them in the frame for a top two finish. Anything less, and it would be very much on the edge. We are in this super stadium for a super club, truly one of the iconic buildings of 21st century sport, the Allianz Arena. And so we stand for the anthems. Hungary looking at a pivotal game. Second game in the group so often is.
Well, having drawn their opening game, Peter, I think there's a little more pressure to win this one rather than leave it to the final match and endure a more nail-biting encounter. That should be reflected with a purpose and an urgency from them. So I think we might get something lively.
And that gets things running. Plays it long. Tries to get it clear. McTominay. Forward it goes. Plays it out to the wing. McTominay. Robertson. Seems now to be all about width.
Well, when you have the personnel to create in wide areas, then they need to see as much of the ball as possible.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
Midway through the first half, and there's an impotence about this game that's causing me concern, and probably most of the stadium too. Let's just hope that by the end it'll have been forgotten.
He's played him through. McTominay concedes a free kick for that. And he's going to have his name taken. Out to the left it goes. Robertson. Cooper. Quick ball forward. Cuts it out. Cooper. It's being played forward. He's made sure that that won't get through. Hungary couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness. And the half-time whistle goes. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. So your views on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And the action has already resumed here.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Gorgeous control there. And the counter is on. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. That's the sort of defending that is going to upset the opposition. It already has, actually.
Well, closing them down first, Peter, is a very necessary step in preventing them from building attacks.
Oh, good ball. He's gone for it! Tries to get it forward quickly. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Robertson. Gets it upfield. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. McTominay.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Has a goal! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
The keeper felt he had that covered. Some of the crowd were less convinced. It was really well drilled.
Scotland are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Well, the referee's seen the board and he's going to allow a double change to go ahead now. Hoists it forward. Ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. More than happy to take the muscular approach. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here. You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
And that's that. And it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goals. Your reflections then, Jim?
Hungary can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. We are in this super stadium for a super club, truly one of the iconic buildings of 21st century sport, the Allianz Arena. We stand for the national anthem of Switzerland. Well, that was impressive. Match that. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact. And this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
So it's down to business here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Toni Kroos. His passing range is second to none, Peter. He can ping it out to either wing with wonderful accuracy or play a cute through ball into the box when under a lot of pressure. His teammates will be looking to get him on the ball as often as they can because they know how much he can hurt defences.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Challenge, but well within the laws. Granit Xhaka. Shaqiri. Shaqiri is making a foray down the right. Shaqiri, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
It opened up really nicely when the defence got all tentative then. They were cautious in making contact, but safe in numbers.
Looks to clip it forward. Switzerland seem happy to let their strikers roam out wide.
I wouldn't want that.
No?
No, well, my worry is that their main threat is being shifted out of contention.
He could be in here. Look, there's a lot to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Shaqiri. Gets wrestled off the ball. Henriks. Cut out in the nick of time. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. And here's Sané. Switzerland have a free kick. Sané plays it out to the flank. Muller gets away from his opponent. Shad is there to heave it away. It's come loose. Now it's has a pop! Marvellous goal!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
Really outwitted one-on-one. Once more, he gets the better of the keeper.
Yeah, and
that's the whistle for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, and ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with the first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain the momentum now and finish the job.
Germany will have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. So we're just settling back into this second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Cuts it out. Henriks. Kimmich. And the weighted pass. Shad tries to get it forward quickly. And the defence can get it clear. That'll be a throw. And here's Muller. That's offside. Yes, it is. Sommer sends that a long way. He's left his man. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend us.
Timely intervention. Gets good distance on it.
Germany are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
And it's Shaqiri. Shaqiri floats one over. And the shot! No mistake! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
Well, to his credit, he managed to ghost into space to finish things off, but the failure to spot him was ghastly defence.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Switzerland surely know by now that they've put so much work into producing the equaliser that they'll battle on for a winner. You know, it's all one-way traffic for them now, and they simply have to capitalise on it.
Keeper sends it forward. He spotted the run and played him through. Muller tries a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Muller has totally spurned another one-on-one for his team. This is costly waste.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Looking to break out here. Now it's Muller. Oh, that's a fine challenge. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, no winner here, but an intriguing game. The result probably a fair reflection. It has finished all square. And after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Germany can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Everybody standing for the national anthem of Croatia. Croatia faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact, and this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
We're on the way. Chip through. Chance to Trabaric! That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation.
We all love a trial, Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
Brozovic. Brozovic goes looking. He's made sure that that won't get through. Has he found his man? Gets the better of his man. Has a hit! Hefty! The referee's awarded a free kick. Modric. So it is still 0-0. It's Kramaric! Just fizzes past the post.
That's just plain unlucky. There were many, me included, who thought that was going in.
And it's played forward. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Modric. Forward it goes. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Pinged forward. Kovacic tries to stroke it through. And that's been levered clear. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. That intervention was very necessary. Now a chance to break. Piazza tries to get it forward quickly. Piazza hoists it forward. Vida cuts it out. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So both sides have drawn blanks and have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Croatia may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
Well, after 45 minutes it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. Already up and running for the... Up to meet it! This could fall anywhere! And the follow-up! Shapes to shoot! It's in! The breakthrough arrives at last! He was so alert to the possibilities there. Great stuff.
Well, for me, that's just pure predatory brilliance. It's not so much the finish, but the way he read the situation when nobody else was even alert to it. It's fantastic.
Kramaric! It's broken loose, and they've been caught out here. Played in with accuracy. Well positioned to make that interception. Kovacic. Forward it goes. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks.
He's had a go! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Good idea, just poorly executed. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Oh, that's brilliant! About as smooth as it gets. Croatia are back in business. Dispatched expertly, nicely done. Croatia grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, if anyone in this stadium thinks they haven't got value for money, I give up.
Now it's Kovacic. And they've got it back. Piazza! And somehow he managed to miss it.
You get the feeling that whoever scores the next goal here will be the winners of this tie. They can't afford to waste chances like that, though.
Well, what about it? It's turned into a real fight to the last. Brozovic. Oh, good interception. Loose ball, who's going to get that? No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Tries to get it forward quickly. Tried to play it through.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
It's being played forward. Breaks on here. And that is that. A very good game of football. No winner, but both sets of fans have got their money's worth. Fine entertainment, and it ends all square. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Yeah, I think the first thing to say is that the draw was about the right result. It had everything you want in a clash of this nature, the commitment, the passion, great ebb and flow to the game, and I think everybody can go home with a little bit of satisfaction from this.
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. It's a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. And so, the national anthems. Spain faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Aymeric Laporte. He's a centre-back who's one of the best in the business when it comes to playing out from defence.
It's Morata! Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
And he's there to clear it. Ball's gone out of play. Merino, chipped through. He gets past his man. And here's Morata, coached through there. Aimed in towards the centre. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team, really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering. Italy have made it clear what they're trying to do for me, Peter.
What are they trying to do?
Well, I think they're making the pitch as big as possible to work.
Oh, real danger here! Look at the defender bombing forward. Chiesa. Here comes another cross. Has a hit!
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Played out to the right. This is promising. Cuts it out. Laporte gets into the right position to intercept. Jorginho. Al-Sharawi. Could try cutting inside here. It's gone for a throw-in. Al-Sharawi. Plenty waiting in the middle. That's great strength on the ball. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So another team has broken through, but certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Oh, they can break here. Hoists it forward. Jorginho battles to win it back. be a throw-in. Merino. He's had a shot! And he's found the net! And finally he has breathed life into the game!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Italy are making a change now. Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Well, look, this is just what the fans wanted. And now that they're celebrating the opener, I think they'll want to see their team make all the running from here.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's...
Hits one! And a second time! In it goes! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe! Great reactions in front of goal. He just saw what was on.
Well, as they say, Peter, if you don't speculate, you won't accumulate. And we've just witnessed a player who was rewarded for his willingness to take a risk, as cunning as it comes.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Spain take a two-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Up to meet it! And that would have been game, set and match. Lobs it in gently. Morata. And he's cut it out. Chiesa. Jorginho. Ball through needs to be good here. He's made sure that that won't get through. 4 added minutes on the board. Pellegrini. Jorginho. And that's it. Spain did it. Terrific team effort to satisfy both the boss and the fans. Well, they've done what they needed to here. They have bounced back from defeat on day one. It is a win that keeps them bang in contention. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Of course, we all love to watch the creative side of the game and goal scorers, but there's an art to good defence too, and their organisation and discipline has helped earn this win.
So it wasn't a brilliant start to the competition, but there is certainly no cause to panic just yet. A place in the next stage is well within reach if, and it is a fairly big if, they can take all 3 points here to add to the solitary point they already have in the bag. There are, of course, so many permutations, combinations that the various potential outcomes of this game could lead to, but there is never any space for debate as to what the team should be going for. They know what they've got to do. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. Denmark looking at a pivotal game. Second game in the group so often is.
Well, having drawn their opening game, Peter, I think there's a little more pressure to win this one rather than leave it to the final match and endure a more nail-biting encounter. That should be reflected with a purpose and an urgency from them. So I think we might get something lively.
So off we go then. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Yeah, Jan Oblak. He's not someone you often see pulling off spectacular saves, but that's about the highest compliment you can give a goalkeeper because it speaks...
Eriksson! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Yeah, the shot was enabled, Peter, due to such smart control and technique.
Højbjerg. Eriksson. It's come loose. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And the finish! And that's been levered clear. It's hoisted clear.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Timely intervention. Kjaer dashing forward at pace. Slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Looks to dink one in. Shapes for an overhead! Højbjerg. Delaney gets into a dangerous position and helps available out wide. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Tries to locate someone up front. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Plays it out to the wing. Delaney. Has a hit! Looks to bypass the midfield. There is the half-time whistle. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. And a grossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. There's the start of the second half.
Denmark playing well with lots of opportunities and plenty positives to take from the first half, despite this scoreline, converting chances would make a world of difference for them.
Played back in. Slovenia get it back again. Ball's out on the left now. Well, they can break here. Gets away from his opponents. He's spotted the run and played him through. He's had a goal! No mistake! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs!
Denmark are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worked a treat.
Poulsen. Out towards the flank. He's gone for it! And that's caused a worry or two.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Gets it back. It's pretty clear that he's being singled out.
Yeah, and if he's allowed time on the ball, it opens up a wealth of other possibilities.
Slovenia making consecutive changes here. Eriksson. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he's just entered the last chance saloon. One wrong move now, and he's in trouble.
And once more, they can't get through.
Denmark are clearly looking...
Has a goal! Oh, and that should have been two.
Poulsen was totally aware of how that chance could have impacted on the game, and that should have gone in.
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Cuts it out. Josip Ilicic. And the shot!
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
Shoots! He's pulled off a fine save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Forward it goes. He's got options out wide. He's left his man. It's a corner. Towering header. The whistle has gone and it is all over. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny, just a goal in it, but that was enough. 1-1, drawn 1, 4 points from 6, and looking good.
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
England are right up against it. An opening day defeat, which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day, and a big performance is needed. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. And we rise now for the Serbian national anthem. Quite some performance, and now here comes the response. England faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical...
Going for goal! There was plenty of power on that. Shaw. And it's played forward. Shaw. He's gone for it! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Forward it goes. Dunk gets into the right position to intercept. Foden. And here's Kane. And out to safety. Kane. Shot at goal! Goal! England! England take the lead. Jim, your thoughts?
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due, and it was a brilliant setup and finish.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Oh, look, this is just what the fans wanted, and now that they're celebrating the opener, I think they want to see their team make all the winning from here.
Saka showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Dunk. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. And here's Kane. Has a hit! He scores! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again.
England are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
England took a two-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
And it's Tadic. Great lead! Rice. Good challenge, he just stood firm. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Some first half thoughts?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
England ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. There's the start of the second half. Changes made by neither side, from what we understand. Good, strong hand by the keeper. He's done very well to get to that.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra-sharp.
Kane. He's Kane! And that would have been some goal.
Kane just might have got a little ahead of himself then. Maybe he had too much thinking time.
Tadic gets it out to the wing. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. They've played it short. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind.
Well, it's a crossing feast here, but I'd advise them to keep a variety in their play to avoid being found out and stopped.
And nobody's going to argue with that. Decent looking ball. Chance! And it's there! And the lead is 3! It is surely done! Finishing doesn't come simpler than that. Bang in front of goal.
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the passer to pick him out.
England take a 3-goal lead, and they are romping out of sight. Chance, he's gone for it! Kyle Walker. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Not offside that time. So there's going to be another change here.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Gets it upfield. Foden. Oh, nice touch. He's gone for goal! It's anyone's ball. He's looking to... And they've been caught out here. He's tried one! Defence has got rid of that. And here's Kane. Has a goal! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss. Tries to get it forward quickly. Savic. It's got through to him.
Goes for goal!
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. And that's it. England a class apart. Opponents torn apart. They are comprehensive winners. Well, they really needed that. Nothing decided yet, but they are in it going into the final group game. Your reflections then, Jim?
There's a solidity about them, almost as if they set up not to lose and see how things unfold. That eases the pressure on the strikers, who can afford to be patient, and it's all paid off.